Part 2. Silver Snow. Pegasus Moon. Valley of Torment. Having repelled the Imperial Vanguard, the Resistance Army, in desperate need of troops, seeks help from Judith, head of House Daphnel, the governing body in the northwestern regions of Alliance territory.
Ah, it is you.
We were just talking about Rhea.
We have searched for 5 long years, but have not found a trace of her. It is possible that she is sleeping somewhere, just as you were sleeping all those years. That is my current theory, yes. We have moved against the Empire with the intent of defeating them, but have not given up hope of recovering Rhea. If she is alive, we will find her. Rhea is like family to us, and to you as well. Please, lend me your strength. The messenger we sent to Daphnel returned with a reply. Please, read it at once.
I understand your situation. I will help you with whatever strength I have to spare. But there is a problem. Openly marshaling soldiers within my territory could provoke other members of the Alliance. Therefore, I will secretly gather troops in Ailell, the Valley of Torment. Will your group be able to receive the soldiers at this location? From there, it should be safe to return to the monastery by following the border between the Alliance and the Kingdom.
Ailell is a deep valley located on the border of the Kingdom and the Alliance. People stay far away. There, we can meet without anyone finding out. It is decided. Make plans to meet up with our reinforcements at once.
Ailell, the Valley of Torment.
Oh, wow, thanks!
Thank you.
Right.
Teacher. Someday we will take the Imperial capital. It is odd to think that I will be invading the very city that I once called home. Ah, that is still a ways off. I will prepare for our journey to Ailell.
Even though we're getting reinforcements, we should still be prepared for the worst. Never shirk your training, no matter what. To practice, I'm going to chop something up with my sword. Unless you'd like to train together. Care to spar?
Some in Fargus believe Dmitri is still alive. My father is one such eccentric. They can't accept reality. Dmitri is dead. He's not coming back.
Hi. Maybe. Ailell, the Valley of Torment? What kind of a name for a place is that? It sounds scary. Do I really have to go with you? Hey, here's an idea. Maybe let the recluse stay home and hold the fort. Professor, you're not a teacher anymore, and we're not your students, but everyone still calls you Professor. Is there something you'd rather be called? Guess that's what we're used to, huh? Alright.
I never do get used to the sight of blood. It always makes me feel as if I might faint. I suppose I've told you that, though, yes? I have no idea how you cope with it. I hope this war ends soon. I dislike being lightheaded because other people are bleeding everywhere. Though the thought of working hard for it does sound like quite a pain.
Gotta clean out the storerooms, tend the flowers, do the washing, dust the library. No, this is my job. Lady Rhea herself gave it to me. Even if Lady Rhea's not here right now, I still gotta do my duty. Like you gotta have other stuff you ought to be doing, yeah?
Since the past, I have learned much of the language of Fodlan. But speaking the Fodlan language still gives me difficulty. I can understand, read, and write with nearly perfection now. But understanding and speaking are fruits of a different color. I have gratitude for you, Professor. I hope that I will have fluency one day.
What? Professor?
Hey, Professor! Thanks for your hard work again. Nothing to report today. Was I convincing? Was it like he was standing right in front of you? Some things are the same as they were 5 years ago, but I guess a lot more has changed.
There's unrest everywhere these days. All of my fellow merchants seem to be endangered. I hope things go back to normal soon. People need more to smile about, aside from my great deals. Hey, how about a favor? Hey, how about a favor? Appreciate it.
Pardon me.
Greetings, Professor. Nothing to report. Is everyone setting out on a big campaign? Not exactly. Ah, so you're meeting up with the reinforcements. Well, you can leave guarding this place to me. I'll keep an eye out for anything suspicious.
Can you help me?
Ailell, the Valley of Torment. Oh man, I really do not want to go there. That place is crazy hot. For guys like me, who grew up somewhere cold, man, it's gonna be rough. Though, I guess that climate will keep our enemies at bay.
There are enemy spies around. Remain vigilant. Capture anyone who seems suspicious. I'm glad you understand. I'm counting on you.
I have lived inconspicuously these past 5 years, so as not to be discovered by the Empire. To be able to finally return to the monastery again is overwhelming. I hope that our brothers and sisters who ran far away will also return one day.
story.
Professor, is it really okay to rely on Judith? I hear there are still quarrels within the Alliance. This generous offer of soldiers and supplies seems a little too good to be true. I mean, it's also really impressive, but I'm just a little worried, I suppose.
My family, the Galateas, are an offshoot of the Daphnel family. The family split in half when two brothers quarreled over an inheritance. Despite blood relations, the families lived apart from one another, so the relationship has been distant and somewhat estranged. I'm not so much acquainted with Judith, the head of House Daphnel.
Sharing her food with us for nothing in return? Judith really is a great person. She's more like a goddess than the goddess is. I never met her, so I don't know for sure, but she must be beautiful and kind.
No. It seems some of our friends believe that if we get those reinforcements, we'll be set for provisions too. But I think it's best not to hold our breath on the food front. With the added headcount from the reinforcements, there will be even more mouths to feed.
Hi there!
In other words,
House Daphnel is a renowned family, descended directly from the 10 elites. They've had close ties to the church for ages. I hear even Judith, who is known for her bravery and valor, is a devout follower of the Seros faith. She will lend us her strength. I'm sure of it.
Listen. Ailell, the Valley of Torment, lies on the border of 3 noble territories. The kingdom's Fraldarius and Galatea families, and the Alliance's Daphnel family. In the Fraldarius lands to the north, the former Kingdom Army and New Duke's Army are fighting.
I've heard people talk about the hero of Daphnel. If the stories of her courage are true, no one will be able to stand against us. In different circumstances, I'd have wanted to try crossing swords with her. Right now, we have to focus on getting to those reinforcements. Let's hope nothing goes wrong.
My big brother told me stories of Judith's bravery. With just one look, she tamed a runaway horse that nobody else had been able to touch. When an Almiran general provoked her, she talked him into a tearful apology. She's spectacular. I wish she'd fight alongside us.
Really?
It has been only 5 years, yet so much has changed. Half of the kingdom has fallen to the Empire. Skirmishes are rife throughout the Alliance. Despite such tumult, we look upon the same sky, unchanged by the storm happening beneath it.
Indeed. I gazed up at this same sky with Mother and Father. It does not feel so long ago at all. Wait, but how would you know, Professor?
Well done. You have my thanks. Meeting reinforcements in the Valley of Torment seems an astute decision to me. In that land of oppressive heat, it is unlikely that we will be disturbed. It also means we will need to contend with those harsh conditions ourselves, however. Best ensure we are well prepared.
To the north of Garreg Mach lie the territories of the Karen and Galatea houses, former lords of the kingdom. Even though their territory is being nibbled at by the Empire, they are still clinging to their neutrality. Since they only display enough force to defend their borders, I suppose the Empire has no incentive to attack them with any real strength.
No.
Okay. With the Fargus dukedom in place, the kingdom is essentially no more. The majority of the lords who once belonged to the kingdom are now under the jurisdiction of the Empire. Even the houses that haven't bent a knee yet, like House Fraldarius, will soon be crushed. It's only a matter of time.
Well, Valley of Torment. Valley of Torment. I once read a book full of legends surrounding Ailell, but I can't seem to remember.
The monastery repairs have made solid progress. Most excellent news. When we first returned here, I was unsure what we were going to do with the ruins of this place. But if we can get the cathedral rebuilt, we'll have it looking just like old times soon enough.
Professor?
Hearing that an old student has died cuts me right to the heart. As this war with the Empire continues, we'll see more of it, Professor. We have a duty to fight alongside our former students. We taught them how to fight, after all. Now, let's help them win.
Really?
I didn't think we'd end up fighting Randolph. He's my uncle. Well, not by blood, so I guess I can handle it. Don't worry about me. I'm ready for anything.
I can't believe it. The Valley of Torment. I'd heard of it, but I never expected to go there. It's exciting. I wonder what the landscape is like. That is an interesting point. The name does seem to suggest that.
We may not be students anymore, but it's still important to read. We might even learn something that's useful for our next battle. I couldn't agree more. I hope the Officers' Academy reopens when the war is over. It's a shame the monastery was ruined, but at least the books are still intact.
Hey you, listen up. I've got something to report. Remember that battle 5 years ago? Oh, I'm guessing you do. Anyway, remember that knight who watched over Abyss with me for a while? He said he was going to check on things up top, but that he'd return. Thing is, I haven't seen him since. Lots of knights have returned, but not him. I hope he's safe.
Huh? You're alive? I was sure that the fall of Garrick Mach had claimed your life. I left for the kingdom initially, but my reading of the stars spelled disaster, so I turned back. I've spent most of the past 5 years drifting through Alliance territory. I've only recently returned.
So you intend to march into Ailell? Frankly, I want no part of it. Surely such an uneventful journey won't require my presence. You will? Then I shall don my marching boots. Though I would ask that we at least consider marching only under cover of night.
Need something? This one? See you again soon.
So, Judith is on our side now. That right?
Haven't seen that lady in years. These days, people call her a hero. Back then, I just called her a catch and a half. Quite a while. I was a kid back then, but she caught my eye when she came to one of the Alliance dances. She was the second loveliest lady in all of Fodlan. Who's the first, you ask? That's my little secret.
When the monastery fell to ruin, we lost all hope for support from the church. Most able-bodied folks abandoned Abyss for the surface around that time. Since then, we've been barely scraping by.
The Valley of Torment. Isn't that the place where it's scorching hot year-round? You know, I've always wanted to see the world. That's why I left my village. And here I am, traveling to all these interesting new places to kill people. Not what I had in mind. Maybe I'll find some time to admire the scenery. Though people might get mad I'm not taking this silly war seriously. Oops, that was close. Almost sighed.
No. Bandits from Garrick Mach used to come down to Abyss pretty frequently. We never dealt with them, though. We refused their offers at every turn. Sometimes we had to use force. I was happy who finally drove them out for good. Only then there were beasts all over the place.
The Valley of Torment, huh? I see your angle, but don't let your guard down. Any movement about their borders, and the Lords of the Kingdom will react swiftly. Don't underestimate them. Keep your focus on a positive outcome. There's a lot to gain and a lot to lose.